Hi everyone, it's Plant Mama Tatiana and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are already subscribing. It has been way too long since I've shown you my new apartment that I moved into a couple of months ago now, and so much has changed since the last time I showed you a tour and showed you how I was unpacking and arranging the plants in this apartment. And as you can tell, I have slowly started to decorate with the plants, and the living room looks so good. This is the highlight of the apartment in my opinion. So join me for a little tour of all of the plants in my living room. Let me situate you right now in context here because I just kind of have a little setup going, but I will move the camera around and show you different angles. So first of all, I am sitting on the couch. This is a green couch, if you can't tell. Emerald green really, and this just matches with the plants so well. Behind me I will show you a full view of this wall. This wall is the masterpiece of me and my roommate Emma. We put this all together with the shelves, the plants, the art, the frames, all of this stuff that's going on in the wall. It looks so good. I absolutely love it and I'm so proud of it. Over on this side is the large window in the living room that is pretty much the only window. We do have a window over there by the kitchen, which I can show you a quick look of. Actually, you've seen it before in my apartment plant tour video, I think. I was arranging plants around there. I don't remember what I've shown you guys anymore. Anyway, so let me just pan out and show you all that stuff, but seriously, how cute is the framing here? I'm absolutely obsessed. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna start by just showing you actually the coffee table that was right in front of me when I was sitting. So as you can see, here is the couch. It's actually a really big couch. You can see it's a huge L couch, goes all the way across there. So plenty of room for us. But on the coffee table, I do have some things going on here. So this is a little propagation station that I have. I actually have a couple of things here. So this is a little succulent that's super cute. It has some roots. Ooh, I actually probably need to plant this soon, honestly, because I have lots of roots going on there, but I just keep it in this little jar on the coffee table because I think they're very cute. And I have a couple of other little jars here with some succulents and some begonias and that kind of thing. Just random cuttings, nothing that special, honestly, but a lot of them have roots. I think I need to do a little what am I propagating tour for you all because it's been a really long time since I've done that. But that's a little arrangement on the coffee table. And then on this side of the coffee table, I usually have a candle there next to that prayer plant, but I have my beautiful prayer plant here. I've kind of isolated it a little bit because if I'm being completely honest, it has a little bit of a pest that I haven't really gotten rid of. Maybe some spider mites or something. You can kind of see some yellowing leaves, so I need to do a better job of treating it. I just haven't had a lot of time with everything going on, but that is my little coffee table plant on display. It looks super gorgeous there. I really love it. Now above the couch is where we kind of have the showpiece, the plant wall. So closest to the window, I have my Tradescantia, my ferns, my aloe. It doesn't get a ton of light coming in from there, but it's not bad and they seem to be doing okay. So these are really just display. I haven't really worried too much about the lighting there. And then if we keep panning over, I have more plants. So that up there is my, what is it called? Maybe Devil's Ivy, I think, or something like that from Florida. And that's just hanging there. I love the shapes that it creates. And I've got my jars, all this kind of thing, flowers and all. And then this side of the wall is actually just the most exciting part. So that is my pothos, obviously. Let me honestly go over there so you can see how big it is. So this side of the wall is really my favorite. We have arrangements here. I got this at a thrift store, this little mirror, which I thought is so cute. And these are just different pieces of art. So my other roommate, Danielle, actually took these underwater photos of me a couple years ago now. One of them is film, I think, and one of them is digital, so really cool. And then I got this art piece in Savannah, Georgia recently, so really pretty. And then the part that you're all wondering is the pothos, obviously. So here I have my pothos plant hanging, and it's kind of wrapped around this little standing desk that we have in the living room, and then I just started to pin it up to the wall. And you won't believe, this plant when I first moved in actually came to about here on the mirror, and it has grown about a foot all this way, longer than a foot actually, all the way across. And same on this side, it actually just stretched to about here. I might have some photos of it that I can overlay, but here is where it went, and then it's grown all this way, all the way around. So my goal is actually to have this pothos stretch all the way across towards the window and just grow towards the light. I think that would be so freaking cute. So that's a little bit on how I have decorated with this pothos plant. And luckily the pothos is just so easy to grow, so simple. It's not high maintenance at all, which is really great because it doesn't get too much light all the way from the window here, but it does get enough, and that's what's important. And then it's just starting to grow towards the light, which is awesome. So it's doing all right. I'm really happy with how it looks. I think it's so pretty. So I'm now by the window in the living room. Again, still on the couch, it's a long couch. Behind me, you can see more shelves up there, and on this side is one of my bigger plant shelves. Let me move the cushions. So there are a ton of little plants there that I try to keep really close to the light. So here's a lamp up here. You can't see the full thing, but in the winter, I'm gonna start putting a grow light in there just so I can start giving all of the plants around here a little bit more light. I think that's gonna really help them, and it just helps that I already have so many plants on this little shelf here in this corner. I have my little bromeliad that is hanging off of the lamp there. I think it's super cute. But anyway, behind me I have this whole plant shelf. I'll show you an up close look in just a second. And I'm gonna pan the camera because you'll start to see I have a lot of plants packed around the windows. This is kind of like the plant corner. Once you start to get closer, you see there are a lot of plants. So the wall I try to keep a little more artistic, a little less clutter, just for design purposes. And then by the window, I try to pack in as many as possible. That's essentially the idea here. So I'll go show you an up close look. Let me turn the camera. Before I forget, I also want to show you this little corner of the apartment. So this is the far corner. Let me walk over here. Can you see me? I'm a mess right now, y'all. Okay, so let me just plop down actually on this chair. So this little corner is one of my favorite corners here. The TV is directly next to me here, and then we start to have more of a plant corner. Again, the window's here. So I have a little bit of a wall shelf situation here, and I have the Hoyas that are kind of on display in the different shapes. I think it's super cute. I think I have to move this Hoya because it's not doing that well. I've noticed it's starting to dry out. It doesn't get tons of light coming from the window because it is a little bit on an angle. Then I have the Monstera in this corner here that is growing really nicely. It seems to like this spot, so I'm just leaving it there. And I have another little corner of plants. Oh my gosh, this plant is not doing well. I just noticed. Okay, I need to water this actually, BRB. So the problem is that this corner of the apartment is actually pretty small. So I thought a fern would do okay here, even though, you know, it's a little shady, it's near the window, but it doesn't get a ton of light. So I think my problem, if I'm being honest with myself, which I always am, is that it's not getting enough light, because right now I have a little bit of a ring light shining on here, so it looks brighter than it actually is in this corner. And now that I have the light hanging on it, this is the first time that I'm seeing this plant like in the light in a while, and it, oh shit, stabbed myself. And it looks like a lot of the leaves are drying out. So I think it's partially because I'm not watering it enough, and partially because it's just not liking this spot. So, what to do? I really don't want to prune it right now. I'm lazy. This is my variegated fern too, so I really want this one to survive. Look at that, it's so cute. Okay, I'm bleeding from where I stabbed myself, so I'll be back. So I'm better, but again, this little corner of plants doesn't get the best light, but I think it's cute. And up on top, I actually have some hanging plants. So we have a pothos there, cebu blue there, hanging from the ceiling with those little hooks that I screw in, and I think it looks cute. They actually have been doing decently there, so I'm pretty happy with the way that that looks. So here by the living room window is where I lose any sense of decor and I just start cramming in the plants because guess what, they need the light. So let's see, what do I have going on here? I've got my fiddle leaf fig, which has been growing decently. Not huge, not small, but it looks pretty good. This is a new leaf, so I'm pretty proud of that one. Just have it kind of facing the light a little bit. Hanging on the windows actually are some plants I have there. So that's a Tradescantia, some propagations, and that is the Hoya I propagated, and I showed you all that a while ago. The window is pretty tall actually, so I want to be able to maybe hang more plants up there. I haven't really gotten around to it yet, and the wood frame is hard to screw anything in, so I think I need some tension rods or something. Back to the window. I feel like I have to move this because it covers so many of the other plants. But I have also 2 layers. So I also have my Alocasia Frydek right here, which is on the bottom layer and has been doing okay. You can see I have a second leaf on this finally. It had spider mites a little bit recently, so I'm glad to see that it is finally growing something. And then I have the Micans here. Another propagation that I had and finally put into a pot. I probably am not watering this nearly enough. It's quite dry. Let me throw some water in here now. So that terracotta is definitely drying out. Probably not the best pot to put that in. And then I have the peace lily over there. What else? My peace lily, no flowers yet. I've got some syngoniums there. And while we're on this side of the windowsill. So I have my succulent garden in here, which grew a lot when I had it out on the fire escape earlier this summer. And now that it's cool outside, I have brought it in and it's losing some color, it's losing some pizzazz, but it looks pretty good. I've got some propagations of my hibiscus, cranberry hibiscus here, that I'm hoping will grow. This kind of snapped off of the plant. It was so big. So I have this Pilea, I forgot what it was called. Silver something? It's blanking on me now, but I have little plants here. So I actually do have a lot of little baby plants and propagations growing here. As you can see, a lot of different things that are just crammed in to get the most light possible. Over on this side of the window, the cramming of plants continues. So I have Tradescantias growing here. In this corner, I actually have this jewel orchid. So it's growing really nicely. It's starting to spread and grow all of the different pieces. So it is looking cute. It's also very dry. So have I not watered this yet? I actually can't remember. It's been so busy. I started a new job. So giving that a little bit of water. But this one has really been doing well so far, given that I haven't given it a ton of humidity or care, and it is still growing, so I'm pretty proud of that. My autofocus is terrible, but here you can actually see the plant now. So this is the jewel orchid. It's so pretty, right? I really love it. Back on its little corner. What else? Some more propagations there. I kind of just hide them away. And really it's this shelf that I have most of my plants on. So let me turn the camera once again to get every angle of these plants. this little plant shelf. I'm crawling on the couch. I have a lot of little plants here, propagations and whatnot. So on the bottom shelf, I have the Syngonium podophyllum. I don't even know if you can see them. Nope, you can't. So just realized there are more plants every corner. I can't even show them all. And then I have a little copper leaf that I got from my mom that's not doing so well, but hopefully it will grow. And then I have my ZZ plant propagation, which is doing pretty well. So I've got a new little growth coming, and there is a raven little growing there, so I love that one. Then I have a Syngonium berry illusion here, which, does this have a pest? It's not looking too hot, if I'm being honest. I think it might have a pest, or is this just dust? It's very hard to tell. But this one I got from Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, I haven't really been taking care of it, if I'm being honest. Then I have this little cactus that I have shown you all before that I don't really know what it is, but it has a new growth. So I'm very excited about that. I have this neon pothos, I think it is. Is this neon? Is this, I don't even know what's going on anymore, but just some of that. And then I have another pothos here. Really crammed as many as I can in here. So this looks like a marble queen. What is this? I'm blanking on the plants. I haven't had a good night's sleep in a while. I want to say marble queen. I want to say marble queen pothos, but I can't be sure. And then here I have my Philodendron Brazil, which has not been doing well. And I split it into two plants, and I don't know if it's going to recover. I think it had a pest or something. Here's the other one that looks even worse than the first. As you can see, very few leaves growing on this. Haven't had time to really take care of them, and that's okay. I'm not gonna beat myself up for it. Then I have my lemon lime Maranta and another pothos here. Is this a pothos or a philodendron? I don't even know anymore, whatever. I'm blanking. I think it's a pothos. That is that little corner of plants. And I kind of got sidetracked and forgot to show you all the corner by the fern that was dying, but I have a micans there, and I also have this little pilea that's pretty cute that I also got in a plant trade on Facebook. So kind of the last part of our living room is the dining table. So I have my snake plant on there with the pot that matches these little chairs I got on Craigslist, of course. And you can see some of the wall decor behind. And then this window has some plants as well. Not as many because it doesn't get as much light because of that little wall there, but, and the AC doesn't help either, but got some plants there too. And I also have plants in the kitchen. I'm just gonna do a quick pan because my kitchen looks terrible. A little fern there. So that is pretty much the living room plant tour, a little bit on how I decorate with the plants and how I try to maximize all the window space I have for the plants as well. As you can see, some plants are doing better than others, but overall they all look really good, so I'm super happy. And let me know what you think of my wall, my living room wall. I think it is super cute. I love the decorations. I'm really proud of it, so I hope you all like it as much as I do, and I hope you're all a little inspired on how you can decorate with your plants. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel because I will be doing plant tours of all of the different rooms that I have. It's not just the living room. We have plants in the bathrooms. We have plants in my bedroom. We have plants in the office. There are plants everywhere. I hope you enjoyed this tour of the plants in my New York City apartment. Let me know what you think of all the plants and the plant decor, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks again for watching. Bye!